Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee Farrell. For those of you who are new here, I'm a certified holistic nutrition practitioner, sport nutrition consultant, and a health and wellness educator. Today's topic is artificial sweeteners. So I get so many questions. What's the difference between stevia versus aspartame versus sucralose? Or monk fruit. So there's all kinds of new artificial sweeteners on the market. Some are great for you, some are documented through research that they're not so great for you. So today we're going to dispel some myths about artificial sweeteners, which ones are actually 0 calories, and which ones are digestible, and which ones are not so great for us. If you're interested in this topic, make sure you stay tuned, like and subscribe. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is aspartame and sucralose. Aspartame and sucralose have been on the market for quite some time now, many years. It originated as a diabetic alternative because it was thought to not influence our insulin release or our blood sugar. However, the contrary is coming to light with regards to research. So although these are 0 calorie, although a lot of these products claim that they don't affect our insulin release and our blood sugar, the fact is they actually do. Not only that, they do impact our gut health. So these products contain artificial sweetener, either aspartame or sucralose, which get rid of our good gut bacteria. And if you'll remember from previous videos, we need that good gut bacteria for almost every function in the body. So gut health is directly related to our immune system. It's related to our skin health, our brain health, our mental health. So if we're introducing a substance that reduces the amount of good bacteria present, then we are compromising our overall health. Secondly, the research is now showing that artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose, when people consume them as a diet food, those people statistically tend to weigh more and gain weight more easily. They tend to have food-seeking behaviors and more cravings than people who don't consume these chemicals. The reason being is because although this tastes sweet, it doesn't satisfy the brain centers in the same way that sugar does. So therefore it leaves us unsatiated, and you're actually seeking out that sugary response even though you've already had something sweet. So a lot of people are really surprised at the products that often contain aspartame. So Doritos actually do, because a lot of times when they want a product to be sweet and salty, but they don't want to dramatically increase the amount of calories in the product, they'll add sucralose or aspartame to it. Chewing gum, diet pop, any of these little squeeze tubes that we flavor water with, 0 calorie, Jello, Monsters, a lot of protein powder actually has sucralose in it. And if you're talking about any sort of low calorie fruit juice, basically anything that Ocean Spray makes that is low calorie or considered diet would be something that has aspartame or sucralose in it. So a lot of people wonder, okay, so it interrupts your gut health, it potentially can cause cravings and weight gain, but what are the other issues with aspartame? What's the other issues with sucralose? Well, I'm going to read for you a research article that is backed by the FDA in the US that says things that are observable in a human research study after 24 hours of ingestion. So, aspartame and sucralose can cause rashes, hives on the skin, blistering, itching, redness and swelling, acne, swelling of the lips, tongue, throat, and eyelids, bleeding gums, shortness of breath, including wheezing and coughing, increased allergic response, a runny nose and sneezing, bloodshot, watery eyes, heart palpitations, achy joints, nausea, bloating, gas, diarrhea, ringing in the ears, dizziness, anxiety, and depression. So I'm absolutely not saying that this can cause, or these products can cause this. However, if the FDA is willing to issue this sort of research and stand behind it, I say that this is something you want to consume in moderation. So am I guilty of having a white Monster every now and then? 100%. Why? Because they're delicious and it's all about balance. Diet Pepsi when I'm super hungry and I want to eat a whole bunch of sweets? Yeah, sure. I'll have some Diet Pepsi. I used to consume a lot of protein powder that had sucralose in it, and now I choose different alternatives. So it's an 80-20 rule, always. So 20% of the time you would focus on consuming products that have this chemical sweetener in it, And the other 80% of the time, I shift my focus into these naturally sweetened products. Oh, then if we go over to the left here, chemically created sweeteners are aspartame and sucralose. Natural sweeteners include stevia, monk fruit, and sugar alcohols. So basically, these are just plant-based sweeteners. So it's either a fruit or a plant that we've ground up, and we have, in some cases, refined into a product that you can bake with, you can cook with. Some of them do contain calories, so that is some of the downfall to these natural sweeteners versus the artificial. So artificial generally have no sugars or very few sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohols do actually count as calories, even if it's not listed on the ingredients. However, these guys that are the natural version, they will contain a few more calories. There are several protein powder alternatives. This is just one of them here today that actually uses stevia to sweeten their products. Sugar Twin is probably one of the most popular, as well as Splenda. They were the first to market with aspartame originally, and they're really upping the ante, and they are including stevia, and they are doing 50-50 blends. So there's a lot of people that find it hard to transition from an artificial sweetener into the plant-based because it's not quite the same amount of sweetness. So they will do 50-50 blends. So sometimes it's nice to just transition into a product that is a little bit better for you on your way into your health and wellness journey. A lot of times our gym supplements or our green supplements, the companies are stepping it up once again, and they are including stevia as a sweetener as opposed to actual sugars or artificial sweeteners. They come in many different forms. So there's so many products now on the market that actually have stevia in them. So chocolate chips would be a really great example of that. You can get these at most grocery stores now. So instead of getting the full sugar or the artificially sweetened variety that tend to cause gastrointestinal upset, gas and bloating, and affect our gut health, this would be an awesome alternative. Instead of a Monster, you can get all natural energies now. So they don't contain a lot of the chemicals that you would find in a traditional energy drink. However, they are not quite as flavorful, but they do the trick. And you can also get quite a few now, like water additives or water flavorings, and they are all stevia and plant-based, which is phenomenal. You can get baking blends, you can get cooking blends, so the options are really endless, and there are no documented side effects other than some people don't have a gastrointestinal tolerance for a certain amount of sugar alcohol. So some people do get a little bit tooty when they eat too many of these artificial or modified sweeteners or plant-based sweeteners. So that's really the only thing that you have to be cautious with, especially with the plant-based, because some people just have a little bit of an issue with their intestinal tolerance. So unlike the artificial sweetener, there are not a lot of documented and researched side effects that come along with choosing a natural plant-based sweetener. However, on the other hand, there are a lot of possible side effects and tissue damage that happens from the artificial sweetener. So I'm not saying don't eat these, because these foods, you know, sometimes are comfort foods. They make us happy. When we don't have a choice, sometimes we're at a family function and these are available to us. And these more expensive, sometimes things are not available to us. So always that 80-20 rule. 80% of the time we make really great choices for ourselves and our bodies. The other 20% of the time you indulge and you eat the way that you want to. That way we always have balance. That way I'm not accumulating a lot of toxin in the body. I'm not subjecting my cells to any sort of tissue damage or cellular damage as a result of these chemicals. But I'm also allowing myself to eat foods that sometimes you love. So if you have any questions, sound off below. Please like and subscribe below. Turn on the little bell notification so that you know when I post again. And I'll see you on the next one. Hi, I'm Kaylee Farrell and nope. My name is Kaylee Farrell. Oh my fuck, it's gonna be one of these days. Okay. Yeah, so.